If you want to cinch your project like the top of a bag, you can use a simple drawstring casing utilizing a seam. First, you need to determine how big to make your casing, which will be determined by the size of your drawstring. You don't want to make your casing too tight. My cording is 3/8 of an inch, so I want my finished casing width at least 3/4 of an inch. Take finished casing width, multiply it by 2, and add an extra 1/4 inch. So in my case, 3/4 of an inch times 2 equals 1.5 inches plus another 1/4 inch. Gives me a total number of 1 3/4 inches for my calculation. Pin your seams on your project as normal, but on one seam, in this case is my side seam of my bag, I'll measure down my calculation. So in my case, 1 3/4, and either make a mark or put your pins in an X. From this point, measure up your finished casing width. In my original measurement, this was 3/4 of an inch, and put another pair of X pins. You don't want to do any stitches between the X pins, so I would sew my seam from top to the first X and then skip to the second X and sew from this point to the bottom of the seam. You would still sew using your standard seam allowance and backstitch at the beginning and end, doing one at each X. For all the other seams, you sew as normal with no X pins. When finished, press the seam open. You should have a gap in one seam. Now you'll create your casing as normal. I'll fold over 1/4 inch to the wrong side at the top of the bag and press. Then fold over again your finished casing width, which for me is 3/4 of an inch. Stitch at the bottom folded edge of the casing at your sewing machine using a standard straight stitch. Your casing will have a gap at one seam on the right side of your project. Put the end of your drawstring on a safety pin, making sure it's secure. Safety pin first, run the drawstring through the casing. Tie a knot at each end to prevent the drawstring ends from going back into the casing. You can now pull together the top of the bag with the drawstring. We hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please subscribe and click the bell icon to get notified of our new releases. Also check out ProfessorPincushion.com to view our complete library with well over 450 sewing tutorials. If you would like to directly support us, you can join our YouTube membership and earn some exclusive perks. Thanks for watching!